All right, everybody. It is your boy, Patel, here with my co-host, Grant Henderson, back on the Specifically Whatever podcast, where we specifically talk about whatever we want. So how's it going, Grant?
Man, I'm going good, man. How's it going for you?
It's going great.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
I had a,
Forgot what I watched the Super Bowl this weekend. Duh.
I had a decent weekend. It was alright. Could have gone better, but it was alright.
What'd you do?
Well, I went home this weekend and hung out with the family. Went hunting a little bit.
Gotta love killing animals.
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I do love that. But man, I was driving back up here, right? And I got gas before I left, like my hometown, but about halfway I stopped. I was gonna pull over and get some snacks. Get like a,
some
get like
Jack
a drink,
Link's beef jerky.
No, but same category of food.
Snacks.
Like a candy bar, maybe some M&Ms.
Yeah.
Do you know how much that stuff was?
$1.79 for M&Ms.
No, it was like $5 for everything.
For how much? For what?
All right, I'll tell you what I got. I got an energy drink, which is like $3.
I mean, that's pretty expensive, yeah.
But then I got some peanut M&Ms, and then I got some sunflower seeds, and it was like $6, like $5 or $6.
Jeez,
that's freaking crazy. I can go eat a full course meal for $5 or $6.
Yeah.
Literally, the fast food place. There's one here in Oxford, and there's one in my hometown.
Are we talking about Cookout?
Yeah, you can go. All right, $5.87. You can get the big one combo with a drink.
Yeah, a bottle of water.
That's got like, I don't know, like a bunch of calories in it. Probably like 1,000, maybe more. Probably more. And then I go to a dang gas station. I spend $5
on sunflower seeds.
Man, I remember like as a kid, my mom would give me $5 and send me to the gas station. I would come back with like 3 or 4 drinks.
Oh, she let you go to the gas station?
Like when I was like...
Oh, my mom would be like, we have food at home, so get back in the car.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like if we're like on vacation trip or like
I know.
Going to Hattiesburg.
I know.
No. All right, so she would give me and my brother like $5, and we would go buy me a drink, my brother a drink, my parents a drink.
Ooh, okay.
But now they got cameras everywhere in these stores.
I know you stole that from somewhere.
No, man, I made that up.
No, I've seen that on Twitter.
I made that up,
no,
man. Why you gotta call me out like that? But no, I'm serious.
All right, anyways. All right, so Grant never tells me what the topics are because I guess it's a little more natural if I'm surprised by them. So
that was one of the topics.
Oh my god.
All right. And last funny topic, and then we'll get into like some sort of serious stuff, I guess.
Sort of.
So on Facebook this weekend, there's this place. It's called Haven's Creamery, right?
It's like
they make ice cream, milk, any dairy products, right? But it's fresh. They've got their dairy cows.
They have a cow like right there.
Yeah. It's like they've got several. They've
like
got
milk it yourself type place.
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, this ice cream. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so go get you a pint of Bluebell of your favorite flavor, right?
Okay.
And then multiply it by like 10. This stuff doesn't even taste like ice cream. It tastes like heaven. It should be called Heaven's Creamery. But anyway, so they post on Facebook. That they're having a sale at their farm location only, like their farm selling, because they have several different, like they have stands, and they have a stand in Lucedale. They have a stand.
So
in
is there
Lucedale.
like a specific store, like a store?
No.
Or like a space, or
This
they
is
just
like
set
a
up
family.
shop at
this
like
is like a family owns this.
So they just set
But
up shop like wherever.
they'll set up shop in my town. They'll set up shop.
Is it
in the
busy?
town. Yes. Every time they set up, they'll do it like one. They have a couple of like permanent locations where they sell stuff.
Yeah.
But they'll come up and like once a week they'll come to Leaksville, especially during the summer, and you'll have to wait an hour to get ice cream. If you don't get there early, you're not going to get any.
And they make it right there.
Yeah, no, they'll like bring it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like it's homemade, fresh ice cream. Right?
Yeah, I bet that tastes a lot better than.
Oh my god, my dad, it was like not a part of his diet, and he ate so much ice cream that he had to go to the emergency room. Like he didn't even know. I know he didn't even know that he was eating it. Like you know, like normal ice cream, you eat it, you get full pretty quick, right? Like this ice cream, It's not any of the like
What do you think
nasty
it is?
sugar. It should. I mean, it's like going to Walmart and buying a chocolate cake.
No. I mean, like, what about it makes it so different, you think?
Oh, I'm about to tell you. Go to Walmart and buy a chocolate cake, right? And then go home and let somebody's grandma make you a chocolate cake. And which one's going to taste better?
I mean, what if the grandma's blind? Then what?
All right, stop being like this. All right, so they post on Facebook. They said, at our farm location only, there will be a sale
Okay.
on milk products, right? Because they sell other stuff, but it's mostly milk products, like dairy products. So everything's like half off just that day at that farm site.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like, all right, I'm gonna go into these comments and I'm just gonna see what people are saying.
Yeah.
The very first comment that I see is, "Will this sale also be at your location here?" And I was like, oh my god. So I was like, I'm sure they're more like this. I keep scrolling. There's like 15, 20 comments, and every single one, Haven's Creamery goes on there and comments, "No, it's at our farm site only." In the post, it says farm site only, like in big caps. And they're like 10, 15 people all asking, "Will the sale be here?" And I just thought that was kind of funny. You got a bunch of dumb rednecks can't read, but they can sure comment on a Facebook post. It's like all they see is sale, 50% off.
I like ice cream.
Yeah. You got anything you want to talk about, man?
Oh, speaking of dairy products and stuff, that's that Mint Mobile Super Bowl commercial. That was probably the funniest one to me. The one with the chunky milk.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. When I watched it, I almost threw up. All right, so I watched the Super Bowl on my phone while I drove.
Yeah.
But like I didn't watch. Like
Right.
I just kind of listened and looked out the window, and then nothing would ever happen because it was boring as hell.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, so I didn't see any of the commercials because the site I was on, they bleep out the commercials, right? They just put, "We'll be back later," or "We're on break." So I just went on and I looked up the top 10 commercials of the Super Bowl, and I watched it this morning. I almost threw up.
That one was so funny.
And then you mentioned it again.
Save me some chunks.
You mentioned it again while we were in the gym, and I almost threw up in the gym.
Nah, that was. Yeah, today was a better leg workout than the other ones, in my opinion.
I think. Well, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be sore this time. Like,
yeah, probably not. I don't know.
I hope I'm not sore.
Oh, we didn't do as many exercises either. Or we missed out on like one or two.
Which one?
The standing calf raise.
Oh, I'm mostly sore like in my quad.
Oh.
Like in my...
We didn't do that like cross-armed squat.
Front squat?
Yeah.
Oh, but we did those... Like we just did back squat. Like it's the same thing.
Oh.
We did 2 sets of front squat the last time and then 2 sets of back. This time we just did 4 sets of back.
Never mind.
But,
yeah, what else did you have in mind?
All right.
Because I'm really bad at coming up with topics. I'm just good at talking about everything.
I got a few topics on here. So,
yeah, Grant's the guy for that.
We go to a restaurant, right? And you got to tip your waitress, right?
Makes sense.
This girl was for lack of a better term, bitch.
Was it either gonna be babe or bitch?
No, she was mean.
Okay.
Hateful, and my dad still tipped her like 15 to 20%. Like
yeah, I think one of our friends was telling me if you have a bad waitress, you should tip at least 10%.
At most, if you have a bad waitress.
At most.
Oh. You said.
I thought I said at least or around. We'll just say around.
Around makes sense.
I don't remember what I just said.
I mean, you should tip at least 10% always. Like I thought 15 was.
15 is like the norm, but.
All right, so he still tipped her like 15. It was on the upper end because he all he had was like 2 5s or something.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, man, and restaurants have it good, right?
What do you
Think
mean?
about it. All right, so you go to Walmart, right, and you see a price tag on, chicken or rice, right?
Yeah.
You know you're paying that price plus tax, right?
Right.
So if it's $1, you know you're gonna pay $1.07. That's how much that particular item is going to cost, right?
Okay.
Now you go to a restaurant, right, and you see shrimp fettuccine or anything on a menu.
Alfredo.
I just said shrimp fettuccine because that's what I ate.
Eggplant parmesan.
You see that, and let's say it says $20, right?
Yeah.
You're paying $20 plus tax.
Yep.
Plus, you have to pay the waitress's salary.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the restaurant just charge me $25 to cover her salary?
Sometimes they like put that in there. Oh, you mean like just for all like up front?
Yeah, like restaurants have really. All right, first off, they overcharge for food, right? Because they have to prepare it.
Well, I thought restaurants had terrible margins. That's like the big like stereotype about them. Or rumor.
No.
Yeah, like a lot of them have bad margins.
Well,
Profit-wise.
They've really screwed the consumer because, I mean, literally and figuratively, the consumer, because you're consuming food, but you're also spending money. So you're a consumer.
No, they're talking about the screwed part. I'm like, what?
No, you're screwed. They screw the customer because they just said, I'm not going to pay my waitresses. You have to. Somehow they've made it to where it's our fault.
Well,
it's a bad thing if we don't tip.
Well, the thing is, if that waitress doesn't make the minimum wage or whatever, then they get
that's not always
compensated.
True. That's not always true.
Yeah, it is.
It's the law.
Yeah,
but it's not always true. I know people who sometimes don't get compensated minimum wage.
Well, that's against the law.
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen. All I'm saying is,
all right.
all I'm saying is that. Why not just charge me more for the food and pay them a set hourly wage? And then if I want to tip them, it should be something bonus. Like, in my opinion, instead of paying $20 for your meal, you should pay $25. And then if they went above and beyond, they get a tip, right? Waitresses have no incentive, almost, to go above and beyond in their service because if they don't, you're still going to tip them, right? Because you're morally obligated. But if they do, you're still going to tip them 15 to 20%.
There's actually a thing about this where, some restaurants did like enforce this minimum wage type thing, and where you didn't have to tip, and a lot of them left because they were getting paid less because they got more money. On the whole, what do you call it? $2 an hour plus tips thing.
Maybe.
So.
But like that's the only setting that anyone gets paid like that.
Mm.
Name another setting, like in retail, right? They hire you. They say, "I'm going to pay you $10 an hour," right?
Are you talking about like where the worker gets a tip?
Yeah. Well, I mean. People could tip me. I got tipped.
Do you get a bonus if you do well in like a
corporate, I get tipped.
In a corporate, setting?
Sure. Yeah. You do.
Well, there you go.
No, I'm talking about getting tipped.
Sorry.
All right, so in retail, I got paid $10 an hour, right? If I went above and beyond, like let's say parent came in, her kid's playing baseball for the first time, and I really help her out, she would give me like $5 to $10 at the end of it. She'd be like, "Thank you for your help," and then give me like $5 or $10. So there was an incentive to do really well with the customer because they would tip me sometimes, but I was also getting my $10 an hour, right? There's no incentive for servers to be really good at their job. You know what I mean?
But they still have to be good at their job.
Yeah, but they don't have to be really good. I could be good at my job and just do enough to help you. And you could be like, oh, that was neither good nor bad service.
Right, so.
He just did what he was supposed to do.
Well, in the job description, it's just to serve the customer, not go above and beyond and knock their socks off.
I'm sure the owner would love it for his waitresses and
he would love it, but it's not required.
So...
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't see how you could be on the other side of this.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. It's just like that's the reason for it. I'm not picking sides. I'm just like
I really think because all right. Well, I'll give you an example. In Europe, they don't do this.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. I think.
How's that disrespectful?
To tip?
No, they don't. They pay them an hourly wage.
Oh.
They say, oh, you're gonna get paid $10 an hour. They still get tipped. You still tip your waitresses, not always. Like if they just did an okay job, then you don't tip them. If they do a bad job, you tell management. And if they do a really good job, you say, "Oh, thank you for your service. That was really good. Here's $3 or $4." America's the only place that does it like this. I was even taught there's this Mexican restaurant in my hometown, and one of the guys there I like grew up with, right? And he's like my age. We went to high school together. So he grew up in a Mexican household, right? But he's American, kind of like you. Like you grew up in an Indian household, but you're assimilated into American culture.
Right.
He said that when they visit home, like in Mexico, waiters and waitresses get paid on an hourly wage, and tipping is just if you feel like it, if they were good.
I mean, I think tipping is like more of a moral thing, like a social thing here.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but it is. And I think it's because of like the, you know how Uber does tips? Like after you get a ride, you like leave, and then like after you leave the car and get in your house, they'll ask you like, do you want to tip this person or not?
I didn't know that, but
like I think that's how it should be, So where you don't feel pressured to tip.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think you should feel pressured to tip.
Like you should do it where there's no sort of outside factors influencing you. Like because sometimes the waitress will just stand there and wait for you to fill out your thing. You're like, oh my gosh, like I guess I have to now,
Well, I mean, in the way our society works, you have to tip, right? Like you're morally obligated.
It's like seen as bad as if you didn't. Like it's seen as bad. It's seen as bad. Yeah.
In retail, if someone didn't tip me, I didn't get upset because I'm not supposed to be tipped. I get $10 an hour or whatever my hourly wage was. Yeah. Right? But in a restaurant, if you don't get tipped, they're a bad person. Why can't it be the same? Why can't they get paid an hourly wage? Plus, I think waitressing is harder than retail sometimes. You have to keep a bunch of orders straight and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But why can't they just get paid an hourly wage and then them be incentivized? And, like, what's the right word? Incentivized? Is that
right? Incentivized.
To do a really good, like, to go above and beyond so that I'll tip you. I just think that the whole system is kind of stupid.
I just think it used to be like an optional thing, and now it's like a mandatory thing,
Well, yeah, I was watching. All right, so I don't know how true this is, but you know those College Humor videos?
Yeah.
Where it's like Adam ruins everything or something?
Yeah.
He was doing a video on that. I saw that like a long time ago, but now I'm thinking of it now that we're talking about it. How it used to not be like that. That, big restaurant, like, they were like big restaurants, like in New York, and they started telling people you have to tip your waiters because...
That's how they do it in the North. Like, they make you tip your server.
Well...
At least when I was there.
Back in, like, the 20s, there were waiters, like, it was an actual skill at being a waiter, right? Like, you had to know how to serve wine. Like, there was just a bunch of, facts you needed to know in order to serve people, right?
Yeah.
Like, you needed to... So, and there were a limited number of these waiters, right? And the way one restaurant would get the waiters away from another restaurant is they would force their customers to tip. And then it evolved into, now you have to tip no matter what.
Maybe you think it's because the restaurants have low margins, so they don't pay unless they have to?
Up your prices and put signs. I mean... There should be signs. You do not have to tip your waiters. Tip as you feel necessary, right? But they should charge more. Like, instead of saying, like at Chili's, the 2 for $20, right? It's not 2 for $20. You have to tip your waiter.
Right.
It's not 2 for $20. You're lying. That's false marketing.
No, the food is for sure.
But yeah,
but like $20.
Even on carryout, you're supposed to tip. Apparently.
No, you're not.
That's what I was told.
I don't tip on carryout.
I don't either, but apparently you're supposed to.
Like whenever I get a pizza, I mean, I'll tip a delivery guy. That's that's the thing. But sure. Like if I'm just carrying out, I don't see the point to tip. That's why I carry out a lot more often than I should if I'm buying something.
How does tipping work if you're a pizza guy?
You like? Are you talking about like how you're paid and stuff?
Yeah. Do you have to pay for delivery? And you have to pay for...
you pay a delivery fee, and then on top of that, you have to give them money.
How the hell did they get away with that?
I mean...
All right, for example, a 3-topping pizza, 3-topping large at Domino's.
What, $8?
Like $8, right?
Yeah, then like a $4 delivery fee.
No, I was going to order it online, and it was like $20.
Are you sure?
Because the $3 large is like a special if you carry out.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
special. Yeah. But the 3-topping large delivery is like $20. And you have to tip.
$20 for a pizza?
On a
Really?
deliver. Yeah, I went online and it's like, your total is going to be $20. Please tip your delivery person.
Jeez.
And I'm like, why can't you just pay him? Why can't you just say it's 25 and just pay him the $5 or 22 or whatever? Like, what are you supposed to tip on a $20 bill? It's like $5, less than that,
15%.
like $3.
Like $3.
Yeah. Why not just make it 23 and you give him and then I'll tip him if he's a really nice dude, or if he gets there and I know him, I'll tip him another $3.
I guess it just costs more.
Restaurants are, I mean, that's just like and there's no way to really fix it. What's the government going to come down and say, you cannot make people tip your waiters?
I mean, you technically don't have to. Sometimes in a party of 8 or more, they like put it on there for you. But,
you don't have to on paper, but you have to.
No, I see what you're saying.
All right.
It's just hard not to.
Because that person did not deserve, like, they were on their phone. I got thirsty because my cup was empty.
They
for
didn't
a long
ask you
time.
for water?
For a long time. It was like, we were probably there for 45 minutes, right? And we probably got our drinks, right? And then when our food got there, we probably stayed 30 minutes after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably 10 minutes into that, my cup was empty. And 5 minutes before we left, she came back. And I was like looking around for her so I could like get her attention. And oh my gosh, have you ever heard waiters talk about like when the customer raises their hand to get their attention, how that's rude?
Is it?
I have some friends that like do some waitressing, and apparently that's rude.
I mean, they should come check every like few minutes.
Like
I think
I've seen videos on Facebook where the guy's going check, like he's making the check symbol. How is that rude? You're ready to go. Come over here. I've been sitting here. I'm waiting on you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you so that I can leave and you can put somebody else in this chair so you can make more money. How is that rude? Yeah. That just really pissed me off. Because I was thirsty. I was very thirsty, and I couldn't find her. Yeah. I assumed she was back in the back talking about Kwee and being on her phone.
I guess, man.
It pissed me off. But yeah, man.
But if you're in the restaurant business, you don't have to pay your workers.
Yeah, you don't. Just like wage expense that everybody else has to pay. Just throw that out the window.
Well, you still have to pay it a little bit.
Very little.
I mean,
$2 an hour, really? That's $16 a person if they work 8 hours a shift. If you have 10 waiters, that's $160.
Yeah, so the customer's paying the people for you.
Yeah, and it's fucked up.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Socialism?
I mean, this.
I'm just kidding. All right, well, now what?
Man, I was hanging out with that girl last weekend.
Yeah.
And we were watching a movie, and we were like having conversations about the movie. Like we were talking, and it wasn't like we were just sitting there watching a movie. And something big happened, and I was like, "Damn." And she just looked at me, and I was like, well, I fucked up.
She doesn't like people who curse?
No, like, she definitely is. I don't know that I don't know if she expected it. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Did she expect you to say dag nabbit instead?
Or wow. Or googly moogly.
Yeah.
Good googly moogly. That ass is juicy.
I'm sure she would have liked that much more.
Yeah.
Let's give her a name for the podcast. Edward?
I don't think she's gonna listen.
Should we call her Samuel?
Bro, what's up with you and names, man? We can't just say the girl that we're talking about right now.
You're the one that gets mad about it.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't mention people's names and...
Yeah, you can.
Well, when you're saying something bad about someone, I don't want to mention their name.
That's why you give them another name. Oh, what's this girl's name?
That wasn't the only thing that went wrong, though. Like, man, being in a relationship for a year and a half really fucked me up, bro.
I wouldn't know.
Man, you get out of a relationship and then you're like still in that relationship mind, I guess, and you're not used to being
single.
I
guess you forget how it is to be single, huh?
Or you forget how to be single.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of, like, when you break up, you just kind of, like, throw those emotions at the closest person. Kind of like Voldemort in that Horcrux when he killed Harry.
Very relatable.
But no, I'm serious. Like,
if there are any hot babes that want to, get feelings thrown at them, please hit us up.
oh, yeah.
Email us. Or follow our socials in the description, because I did put those down there.
No, I'm going MGTOW for, like, maybe until summer.
Going what?
MGTOW.
What is that?
Men who go their own way. You never heard of this?
No.
MGTOW,
I've just heard single. Or in a relationship.
No, like,
or it's complicated.
MGTOW is, like, almost asexual.
Oh.
Like, you're just, like...
Focused?
You're focused on your purpose, on, like, whatever you're doing,
okay.
and not on women.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going MGTOW for, like, 4 or 5 months, because I gotta get... I remember freshman year, man...
You gotta get what?
I'm about to explain. Freshman year, man, I could, it was just me, like, I took care of my business. I wasn't worried about, depending on anyone else. Okay. And then you get in a relationship for a long time, and now I'm so used to...
Now your room's dirty.
Me and... No, my room's a lot cleaner since we broke up.
Oh, really? For me, it was like my room got a lot dirtier.
Oh, wait, she used to clean for you. She used to just show up and start cleaning. You'd be asleep. You'd be like, well, damn, girl.
For free.
Yeah, that's how relationships work. But, I was used to, it was me and that person together against everybody else. And now it's just me again. I got to get used to that.
Now you're against everybody
before I can truly
else.
be single again. You know?
Yeah. You got to adjust.
Yeah, I got to adjust. Take a, like a little...
Step back.
Fade
away.
Because, man, just because I know she's not going to listen to this.
Okay.
If she does listen to it, it might be kind of embarrassing, but I don't care.
Let it out. No homo.
I straight up, this is what I did to her.
Punched her in the face?
No.
Strangled her?
I straight up just broke up with the long-term relationship.
Yeah.
And straight up just took all that and threw it right at her. Just like I was almost not even single. Like I just got out of a relationship with her and kind of got into a relationship with
this
the
other
next
girl?
one
Yeah.
without her even knowing.
Ooh.
Like I was just treating her like...
Trapped her.
No, I was just treating her like she was my girlfriend of a year.
What did she... Did you see any reaction to that? From the next... From Edward? Let's call him.
Yeah. She was like... I mean, rightfully so. I didn't have any value, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have any... It was almost like it was her or nothing, and that makes you unattractive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I see.
Because...
You're desperate.
Yeah, basically. Like, I just went from... I almost said her name. I don't like saying people's name on this. I went from...
Periwinkle
is my everything to Edward is my everything. I'm fucking gay as shit, bro. I went from Periwinkle is my everything to straight up you are my everything without even asking for your permission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just laid it out on
so
no warning.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that I did it until...
Oh, because you're so used to it?
Yeah, because like that was just the way things have been for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks.
So what'd you do?
Huh?
What'd you do?
Well, we hung out, but she was like, "Yeah, we're not. Like, nothing's ever gonna happen."
Oh, she straight up said it. She said that?
Well, she wasn't mean about it. Like, she was. She's a very, very good person.
Okay.
And she did what any very, very good person would have done in that situation.
Gotcha.
Which, now that I'm thinking about it, if something... Like, if she had been like, yeah, I want to take this, like, I want to keep going with this. Now that I think about it, that would have been kind of unattractive.
Because it's too easy?
No, because of the way I acted.
Oh.
Because of the way that I just... acted like a little bitch boy, basically. All right. I'm gonna be straight up. Periwinkle. I was Periwinkle's bitch boy for a year and a half, right? And
I was trying to tell you.
And I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? When you're in a relationship for a year and a half, you're supposed to be.
Not for the girl. That was supposed to be equal.
When I say this,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Bitch boy means that I'm not talking to any other girl. You're my girl. I'll do anything for you.
But didn't she talk to other dudes as friends?
Yeah, I mean, I had other friends that are girls, but not sexual at all.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and she didn't. But when I say bitch boy, like I'm going to treat you like a princess, basically. Like I'm going to treat you like you're a queen.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
And I just straight up, well, yeah, when you're in a relationship for a year and a half.
Yeah.
But if you do that to a brand new girl, she's gonna be like, oh, this dude's desperate, and he looks like a bitch boy. I don't want to be with a bitch boy. I want to be with a fucking man.
Like me.
Sure, if that makes you feel good.
All right, Edward, let's get it on. I'm just joking.
It was a decent weekend.
Edward's a girl, by the way.
Yeah. I kind of hope she doesn't listen to this.
And if she does, well, thanks for listening. I don't know.
I mean, I don't really care. But yeah. Man, another thing I was thinking about while I drove for 8 or 9 hours this weekend.
There and back.
Yeah. I was thinking about divorce. And all right, so like I wanted to know because like we've never really talked about this before. In Indian culture, and I'm talking about straight up India.
Yeah.
Does divorce happen?
Not unless like the husband's like a bad dude.
What do you mean?
Like I think the reason it might be so weird because I know we talked about this like briefly, very briefly, and you're like, you know, like divorce is pretty common in the United States.
Oh yeah,
relative
it's like
to
75% of first time. No. It's like
I thought it was 50 or maybe 25. I don't know.
No, it's more than that. It's
really?
Like 60% of. Maybe it's like 75% of all marriages ever end in divorce. But they don't. What they're including is people who get married the first time, get divorced, and then get married again. They might get married 4 or 5 times, so they inflate the number. Okay, but,
I thought it was inflated.
But like first time marriages, it might be like 40 or 50.
Okay, so I think in Hollywood it's 50%.
That's ridiculous.
Which I heard was double the normal rate, but I guess. I must have read something wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
High relative to
We're not
India.
trying to get specific out here.
It's high relative to India. So, like, in India, marriage isn't really, like, seen as, like a you marry your best friend type of thing and live happily ever after. It's just, like, from what I see it as, it's like, we're here to get married, make some babies, and, like, have a better, generation than the last one. Yeah. That makes sense. Like, it's not about, like...
It's not about loving each other.
No, but they do love each other.
Yeah. But the reason you get married is not because I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Am I right? Or am I really wrong?
Yeah. It's just like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. But, my parents can't get, like, compared to other parents, and my parents are, like, they love each other. That's and good. Don't ask me how I know.
That's freaking gross.
Twice.
What?
Yes.
I thought you were kidding.
No.
Oh my god. All right. I don't think. I mean,
because my parents
might not know what we're talking about right now.
My parents are like high schoolers.
Whoa.
Like in the sense that like they're just like always like they're like ride or die, which is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And other Indian parents, it looks like they fucking hate each other.
But they won't get divorced.
No, they won't. No, I mean it just looks like that. Like I know.
Yeah. But they're like, what's the chance that they get divorced?
I mean, like think about it. Most of these women, because Indian people like are the highest earning. Indian Americans are the highest earning demographic in the United States.
Yeah.
It's like 105,000 is the median income.
Yeah.
And in most cases, not all. Just
are you like bragging on yourself?
So no. I'm just trying. I'm just
or something.
I wish. But I'm setting that up because like because of that, the women can like stay at home and raise the kids and whatever.
Yeah.
So the women aren't like burdened to work and then also raise kids for the most part, or from like the Indians I've seen at least.
Yeah.
Because most of them like immigrated here and then their husbands like worked hard and the women take care of the kids and other people.
You.
So if they broke up, then they probably wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be good for either the woman or the husband or the kids,
Well,
and it's a really like gossip heavy community, so it's like your image is like ruined too.
Dude, I don't think well, I mean, you're not ruined because over the last 20 years, it's just gotten to where people get divorced. That's
well, for Indian people, not like in general.
Yeah. I almost feel like not, I don't know how to say this without saying it in a bad way.
I mean, just say it and I'll know what you mean.
Economically, I don't mean this economic. I mean socially.
Yeah.
It's like Indian people are almost like 50 years behind white people.
Because of
used to white people wouldn't get divorced, right? Like
right.
It was, marriage was sacred, and marriage wasn't necessarily about men and women weren't equal. And when I say that, I'm not saying that men were above or below women. I'm saying that women knew their role and men knew their role.
Right.
Right? Like men, it's your fucking job to get up every morning and go to the coal mine and slowly kill yourself. And and women, it's your job to get pregnant and slowly kill yourself.
What was that supposed to be?
I mean, what do you mean?
We were talking about something serious, and then it seemed like you're trying to like transition to some humor thing.
No, I'm not. It's just that now it's like it's gotten to where it's just like a completely different culture, and I think it's terrible.
But is it bad that marriage is still sacred for Indian people?
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah. So how are we behind?
No, when I say behind, I'm not saying worse. I'm saying the way we were like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the way you are now, or your culture, and just in marriage.
So don't you think that America would be behind in that, or like
No,
reversing
I'm not saying ahead as in.
Or are you saying that India's gonna do that in like?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I'm just saying that Indian culture is the way white culture was.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
60s.
Okay, the way you worded that was kind of weird.
I meant like.
India now is what white culture was
sort of.
back then.
Yeah.
I
saw this thing on Facebook. It was like, maybe I took a screenshot of it because I knew I wanted to talk about it, and I think it's just absolutely disgusting.
I think I don't know. Marriage is a pretty big deal because like Indian weddings are like 7 days long, like the whole like process and stuff. So
that's
it's
how
like
Jewish culture is too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And then so imagine getting divorced and be like having to do that again. It's like after all that work, you get divorced.
I did not take a picture of it. Maybe I saved it.
But now marriages aren't really arranged, at least in America.
Oh, here's the post.
What is it?
The Havens Creamery.
Oh. Well, what are you? Is that what you're looking for?
No, I was looking for something else.
But yeah.
Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can find this. You can keep talking.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll just ramble on about something. So, like, I was going to drop my dad off at the airport because he went to India like a few weeks ago, and like on a truck you can like pull up the centerpiece or the whatever to make another seat.
Yeah.
Like the.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so it was like my dad.
Like you're talking about the armrest, you can pick it up.
Yeah. So it was my dad driving, my mom in the middle, and then me. And my mom was just like rubbing up against my dad, and she's like, "Oh, I love you so much." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool, that they like each other." But it's like that's my parents, so it's kind of gross,
all right, you've got a very good problem there because you would much rather be like, "Could y'all please stop fucking groping each other in public?"
I mean, they don't do that. They just like
but like that's an extreme.
Like the most they do is like put their hands around each other, like around their shoulders,
Yeah, but like you would much rather say. I'm not saying that you said this. I'm saying a person would much rather say, "Would you please stop groping each other in public?" rather than say, "Would you please stop fighting in public?"
I guess.
Like that's two extremes, right?
Yeah, they don't really.
Much rather than like.
Yeah, they don't fight that much.
Oh man.
Maybe like once or twice a month.
I think it's like white culture that your parents have to fight. It's like you're not really married.
Well, I
unless you
mean,
get
I know
divorced
Indian
anyway.
people that fight. I just think my parents are like good for each other.
That's what I'm trying to get one day, man.
I mean, like my mom is like doing her thing and my dad's doing his thing, and they're both like complimenting each other.
I got you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I saw. It says marriage. I do, I did, I'm done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like the I do part, I did it.
It makes
and
it
now
sound
I'm
like a
done.
burden.
No, it just makes it sound like marriage is this thing that you just do, and all right, now it's fucking over. Like
Like a job.
no,
That you hate.
Yes, but like it's just like
School.
this phase in your life, like oh, my first marriage.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And people take these vows like for better or for worse, forever and ever, blah blah blah, and it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So why do them?
I mean, for some people, it means something.
Why do people get married?
You think people get married too quick? You know, there are those people that are like, I fell in love at first sight, and then we got married the next day.
Or 3 months later. I do know people that met and got married 3 months later.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then
I
divorced.
don't. I guess there's not like that getting to know each other phase.
I know this guy. All right, he legit because I was sort of friends with him, right? Like me and him conversed, and straight up, he told me that he made a deal with a girl that if they both turned like 22 and or some age, it was a young age.
Yeah.
And he's 3 years older than me, so he's 23. So it was probably like 21 was probably that age, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
He was in the military. All right, no. The deal was that if they were not in a relationship by a certain age, they would get married, right? He was in the military and in a relationship, right? And it was a very public relationship, as in he posted a lot on Instagram of this girl. She posted a lot of Instagram on him, Twitter, Facebook.
Well, are
all
these
nine
both
yards.
this like still the same
No,
people,
no.
or this dude dated another girl?
Dated another girl while he was in
Not the
military.
girl he made a deal with.
Yes.
Right.
And then one day, all of that just disappeared. The girl deleted all the pictures of him. He deleted all the pictures of the girl. Next thing you know, like a month later, he's married to the girl he made a deal with. Had 2 kids in a year, or like a year and a half, or 2 years. Like
So
a
he
very
popped them out like some pills.
like the oldest kid is 9 months older than the younger kid.
They literally had a kid, and like she birthed a kid, and like,
Well,
you know
he's-
what? Let's do it again.
He's like 9. He's like 10, 11 months older.
Jeez.
And so now this dude's got 2 kids. They got divorced and they hate each other. He doesn't get to see the kids at all. He pays alimony. He pays 2.
Oh yeah, what
doses.
is alimony?
I'll explain.
Okay.
He pays 2 doses of child support. I don't know.
Doses?
I don't know what else to say. It's fucking poison, is what it is. Just because this dude got married.
Yeah.
Does marriage? What is marriage to this culture? You know what I mean? Like, all right, the woman I love most in this world is my mom, right? She got a divorce. She was married and got a divorce.
Right.
And I think I think the divorce is disgusting, and she does too. And I can't really talk to her about it.
Don't you think? Well, can we talk about why your mom got divorced, or?
No, I can't talk to her about it.
No, but can we talk about it right now?
I don't know why. You
don't know why, or you don't know why
all right,
not?
all right, I will say this. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But I can't really talk to her about, divorce because she gets emotional, right? Because she thinks it's disgusting.
Right.
So even the people who think it's terrible, that divorce is a terrible thing and that you should never do it, still do it.
But didn't she kind of have to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to get married.
I guess.
It's like, let me think of an example. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. The first example that came to my mind was pretty stupid. It's like, all right, let's say you get a ticket, right, for speeding. And you're complaining to someone saying, yeah, I had to pay the ticket. Now I don't have enough money for rent this month, right? And they're saying, well, you did have to pay the ticket. No, you didn't. You didn't have to speed in the first place. You shouldn't have gotten the ticket.
Right.
You did not have to pay the ticket.
Okay.
Now you have to, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
It's preventable. Is that what you're saying?
it's like you have to get divorced. No, you don't. Don't get married until you know that. I mean, I don't know. I guess people think they do know, and This is why I'm seeing people I went to high school with get married at like 18.
I've seen people at our high school that are younger than us that got married.
That went to our high school?
Yes.
Oh, I do know one girl that went to our. She was a year older than us.
Oh, I'm talking about like younger.
All right. Well, I do know.
We're 20 years old.
My younger cousin, she got married like a week after her 18th birthday.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And while I was hanging out this weekend, which I'm not judging you, like it's your decision.
No, it's just like
my rationale.
It's crazy for me because like what was I doing at 18? I was just like going to parties and.
Oh yeah, and you were almost getting kicked out because you were getting drug tested.
Yeah, well, I didn't get kicked out.
I said almost, like you were.
Oh, I was almost.
You were on
kicked
the
out.
list.
I was on the list, but I never did any drugs. So.
Yeah.
Innocent boy.
But like I was hanging out with this girl this weekend, and there was another girl there, right?
Yeah.
And this girl was like 17. No, she's in college, so she's probably like 18.
Sure.
But she's trying to get married, right?
That
and
MRS
her dad
degree.
Won't let her. No. Her husband has a job, like laying pipeline or something.
Right.
And she wants to get married to that guy. The guy went and asked the dad, "Can I propose to your daughter?" He said yes, right? Mm-hmm. So he proposed, and I don't know when.
What'd she say?
Recent because they were newly. She said yes. They got ready to plan the wedding for June. This June.
Gee, when did he propose?
Like in September, maybe. Like it was fairly recent.
That's. No, I don't know anything about marriage, so
They just graduated high school.
Actually. Huh?
They just graduated high school last May, so it couldn't have been too far off. Right?
Yeah.
And the dad's like, "No, you're not getting married." He works off, like his job is like 2 hours away from Hattiesburg, where she goes to school.
Yeah.
How is that supposed to work? What are you thinking?
Indian people do that a lot. They'll get married, but they'll live like across the country from each other for work. It's kind of I don't really get that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Doesn't happen a lot. It just happens.
Like this girl's wanting to get, and her dad's saying no, and I'm like, that dad knows what he's talking about. I mean, you probably need to listen to him. What's our time?
47 minutes.
Oh, we probably need to wrap this up.
All right, finish your.
It's just like married. Why do people want to get married? I don't want to get married at all. I mean, I take that back. I do want to get married one day, right?
Okay.
But I just think, all right, people think, oh, I got to get married. Like I need to find me a man, or I need to find me a girl so that I can get married, right? My attitude is marriage is like on the very, like I'll just know when it's time. Like I don't have to think about it. You know what I mean?
I think the less you focus on it, the easier it'll.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if you do stuff to better yourself, then one day it'll happen. But if you do stuff so that you can get married, then
yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyway,
I need to worry about being better in a relationship.
I'm not getting in a relationship anytime soon.
Well, any hot babes want to hit my line? Not give you my phone number, but you can click the link below to my Instagram. Send a little DM.
All right, you do realize no one's ever gonna DM you from this podcast.
Smooches.
I think you're joking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'll happen. Somebody will smoochie me from the podcast.
Yeah, like it could become a meme, and then one day it'll actually happen, and then you're gonna leave me, and then we'll no longer do the podcast together.
So hey guys, your boy Omen, I have Meredith right here sitting across from me.
All right, man. Let's
taking Grant's spot because he quit.
This has been the Specifically Whatever podcast, where we specifically talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Yep. Is there anything else? Some closing remarks? Don't get married.
I mean, don't get married until you like at least 25 or 26.
All right, there we go from the single Grant.
Yeah, that has very little merit, but that's my advice.
All right, well, we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Sorry, this has been episode 5? Ooh.
Did we post 4?
We're about to.
Nah, I don't think we should post 4.
I think we should.
I was thinking about it, and I listened to it. It's crap. We're not posting 4. This is gonna be episode 4.
All right then.
Goodbye.